Hello, and thank you for attending SAGE Alerts and Workflow video-based training. Please note that this is video-based training, and content is for training purposes only and intended for new and existing SAGE Alerts and Workflow customers.
Hi, my name is Jane Nichols, and today we will talk about the SQL tab in Query Design for the Alerts and Automation solution. Click on the SQL tab. This allows you to review the SQL syntax that was automatically created by the solution as a result of the information filled out in the previous tabs. If you wish to manually edit the SQL, place a check mark in the box. The solution will immediately ignore all of the information that has been configured in the preceding tabs and will only execute the syntax specified in the SQL tab. We typically do not recommend manually editing the SQL because once you do so, this query is no longer eligible for customer support. We do recommend contacting customer support prior to manually editing the SQL syntax and ask if the particular functionality you're looking to perform can be done outside of the SQL tab. This will enable you to keep support services for this query. Also, any modifications that you make to any other query definition tab will not be retained. Once you manually change the SQL, all future changes to the query must be done through the SQL tab. If you deselect the editing option, the query will reconstitute the SQL syntax based on the content from the other query tabs. A reason you may wish to manually edit the SQL syntax is if you already have the SQL statement or stored procedure written somewhere and wish to use it in this query without using the wizard to redo it. Simply start a new query, provide the description, specify the table or tables, and then we recommend you go to the Columns tab and select the unique column for this query. There is no way within the SQL syntax to specify the unique column for a query. If you remember, the unique column is what identifies if those records have met the query's criteria. Then create a linkage to the tables if you use more than one before you go to the SQL tab and check the manually edit the SQL box, and then copy and paste the SQL syntax or stored procedure in the box. This concludes the SQL tab in Query Design for the Alerts and Automation solution. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you for attending SAGE Alerts and Workflow video-based training.